Hi, I'm Victoria, and today I'm here to tell you all about sketchnoting and why you should come to my ISTE poster session on Saturday, December 5th at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. Sketchnoting is the art of visual note-taking, where you take this and turn it into this. Sketchnotes promote higher-order thinking, getting us to focus on the big ideas rather than the minute details of a topic. Educators may try sketchnoting for their own learning purposes, such as for professional development or at a conference, but you can also bring sketchnoting to your students. My students use sketchnoting to capture their thinking on challenging concepts and projects, or as a reflection tool as they progress through each term. The number one comment I hear from people who are interested in sketchnoting but haven't tried it yet is, "But I can't draw!" The truth is, everyone can draw. Mike Rohde puts it best in the Sketchnote Handbook. Sketchnoting is about ideas, not art. There are 5 basic foundational pieces to sketchnoting that every beginner can play with before they create a sketchnote: fonts and lettering, lines and arrows, boxes and containers, doodles, and the way we lay out a sketch. You can find these 5 elements in almost any sketchnote. So let's get into some quick tutorials for these 5 foundational parts of sketchnoting, starting with text. Text in a sketchnote should be laid out in orders of magnitude: titles to subtitles, to the ideas, to the guts of the sketchnote. The higher order text should take time and be more difficult to create because you don't have to do it as often. You use it for things like titles. The lower order text should be fast and easy to replicate. You use this for details. I often recommend just making this your own handwriting. Next up, we have boxes and containers. These are used to call out text or images that may contain a particularly important idea. This may be as simple as a subheader or as complex as a fully formed statement. Next are lines and arrows. Lines and arrows are used in a sketchnote to either connect or divide the areas of your page together or apart, respectively. Next up, the part that everyone fears the most: doodles. In Mike Rohde's Sketchnote Handbook, he shares that any drawing is composed of 5 basic shapes: circles, triangles, squares or rectangles, lines, and dots. And look, it's pretty much true. Your drawings don't have to be art, they can be icons. Use these 5 shapes to guide your drawing practice as you get started. The last foundational element of sketchnoting is layouts. Layouts are how a sketchnote is oriented or designed. Layouts can be vertical, where the content flows upward and downward; horizontal, where the content flows across the page or screen from left to right; radial, where the content revolves around a focal point in a radial fashion; narrative, following a clear path or story arc; or free flow, with elements being freely placed on the page without clear purpose or organization. Layouts are important because they dictate how your sketchnote will be interpreted, if you're even going to share it, and how you want the information to flow. In the live version of this poster session, we'll be exploring some general rules to keep in mind while getting started with sketchnoting, easy hacks to build your skills with each of the 5 elements, and some exercises to get going on your own sketchnotes. These include easy ways to create fancy text, explorations with different types of boxes and containers, experimenting with lines and arrows, principles of doodling and strengthening your visual verbal dictionary, sharing how different setups can impact a sketchnote, and some prompts to start attempting your first sketchnotes. I encourage you to use the content in this video to play with the elements of sketchnoting. Whatever you create between now and the session, please share it with me on Twitter or Instagram or at my website. And don't forget to join me on December 5th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we can discuss how to start your sketchnoting practice. See you then!